Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Dianna in the kitchen, and on today's episode I'll be making some Peach Ciroc barbecue wings. Now this is going to be a wing recipe that's going to be crispy yet saucy and totally delicious. Alright, so for my new subscribers, welcome, and for my returning subscribers, welcome back. Now for a quick breakdown in the ingredients, so over here we have 3 pounds of wings that I've already washed and separated the flats from the drums. All right, and over here we have some cornstarch that mixed with a teaspoon of salt. Over here I have about 2 tablespoons of sugar. Right here I have some pineapple, some pureed pineapple, and over here I have about 2 cups of ketchup. You can use whichever brand you like. I have some sweet chili sauce right here. It's about 3 tablespoons. Over here I have 2 tablespoons dark soy sauce. I also have some freshly grated ginger. I have some sesame seeds, and I also have some scallions. Now for this, I have a mixture of spices, but unlike my other fried chicken recipe, I'm going to lightly season this. So I'm only using some Cajun seasoning, some all-purpose seasoning right here, some cayenne pepper, salt, and black pepper. All right. And in this, I have some regular white distilled vinegar. And of course, you're going to need some Ciroc. If you don't have Ciroc, you can use any vodka or any fruit flavored vodka that you like. All right, so to begin this video, I am going to be seasoning the wing. And to do that, I'm going to be taking this over to my sink. So as with my previous fried chicken video, I'll be putting that somewhere in the eye icon, like the top right hand corner of the screen. You'll see that I always mix my spices together before I start seasoning, and that's just to ensure that everything is totally incorporated so we get a more even coating when we go into season our wings. Alright, so I'm just going to put this right in and mix thoroughly with my hands. Now remember guys, you don't need to over season this because this wings will be put in some sauce, so you want to ensure that there is a complete balance of all flavors. So you won't need anything that's too salty. Ensure that it's not too spicy because we will be having a really rich sauce to pair this with. And we're just going to let this go for about half an hour just to let it marinate. All right, you can let it go for longer, but half hour will be good. And if you see these guys, listen, everybody knows that the cook needs a little snack while they're cooking. All right, so just going to continue mixing this until I'm satisfied, and I'm going to set this aside for half an hour. So I will see you guys then. Alright guys, so for the last 5 minutes of marinating, what you can do is to begin preparing your pots for the oil. And I'm just using a regular Dutch pot right now. And to this, I'm going to be adding 1 liter of oil. You're going to need more or less depending on the amount of chicken you'll be frying. Alright, so 1 liter of oil is good. And we're going to let this heat up on medium heat until it's ready. And I gave some tips in my last fried chicken video of how to tell when your oil is ready. So we're just going to let this go, and then we're going to test to see if it's ready. Once your thermometer registers to 300, between 300 degrees and 350, then your oil is ready for frying. All right, so just let this go and heat up, and we'll begin to bread our wings with the cornstarch. Alright guys, so for this next step, ensure that your hands are clean. If you're a bit squirmish in dealing with raw meat, you can go ahead and use a thong to do this part. Alright, so all I'm going to do is just to take a chicken drum, and we're going to add it to the cornstarch. You don't really have to worry about packing it on. Just dip it in the cornstarch, and you're going to place it on a tray that's lined with some foil or a regular tray. I always line my trays with foil just to make cleanup a bit easier. Alright, so just ensure that it's coated in cornstarch. just like this. And I tend to line them up, drum for drum, flats for flat. So I'm just going to continue doing this until everything has been completed. And in case you're wondering why I am using cornstarch, it is better to use than flour when you're making wings with sauce, especially if you're going to put the wings in a sauce afterwards, because the cornstarch allows it to stay crisp. When you use flour, then your wings are going to get soggy. All right, and we don't want that. All right, guys, so I have everything coated, and I'll be testing my oil to see if it's ready right now. All right, there is some movement, there is some ripples, so our oil is ready. All right, and of course, test with our wooden spoon indicates that this is ready for frying. All right, so I'll be starting off with my drums. And we'll be putting in enough skin side down. Ensure not to overcrowd the pot. All right, that amount should be good. All right, so we're going to be leaving this as is. We're not going to be covering it this time. All right, so we're going to let this go for about 4 minutes on each side. So once everything is crisp up, I'll be showing you guys exactly what that looks like. All right, soon come. All right, guys, so while your chicken is going, ensure that you have a container like this or a tray that is lined with greaseproof paper. If you have a cooling rack, you can use that as well, just to ensure that you get rid of that excess oil. All right, guys, so these are ready for a flip. So you can go ahead and flip them over carefully. And let them go for another 4 minutes. Alright, guys, so these are done. The oil has also quieted down quite a bit. Do you hear that? Alright, so we're just going to transfer them over to our tray like this. Shake off that excess oil. And as usual, if there is any bits and pieces that you need to get out of the oil, do so to prevent them from burning when we put in our next batch. Alright, guys, so I'm giving the oil a couple seconds to reheat and get back up to temperature. Listen to this. Nice and crispy. All right, so this is most of the drums. I had 11 pieces in total, so I have 2 more left, and I'll be frying those up with the flats. All right, guys, so it's now time to put in our flats, and again, we're putting them skin side down. Just give them enough room. And remember, do not overcrowd the pot. I have 11 pieces and they're small enough so they all can fit. But it's all based on the size pot that I'm currently using. Alright, so we're going to let this go for another 8 to 10 minutes. So after 8 minutes, I'll be removing them, and by then we can begin with our sauce. But in the meantime, guys, it's always best to clean up. Alright, so I'm gonna soon come. Alright guys, so these are ready as well. So I'm just going to be removing them right now and setting them aside. Alright, so now that we're all done with this portion of the video, the next thing that we'll be doing is making our sauce. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so to make our sauce, all we're going to do is just to combine most of the ingredients. Will be combining the soy sauce, the ketchup, the sugar, as well as the ginger in a saucepan or a wok, and we're just going to continue mixing. You would need to add the pineapples as well, and we're going to have this on medium heat. So continue mixing, and when you see it begins to bubble like this, what we're going to add first is some vinegar. We're going to give this a quick mix. And we're just going to allow this to infuse together for about 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, so just let it go for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so after 3 minutes has elapsed, what we're going to do is add some red chili flakes. I forgot to mention that earlier, and it's at this point that we're going to be adding our Ciroc. So I am not measuring this because I really love Ciroc, but you can go ahead and use about half cup and give this a quick mix. This smells so good. Alright guys, so just let everything infuse for another minute or two, and then after which we're going to be adding our wings. So let it continue on medium heat for another 2 minutes. So now we'll be returning the wings, or placing the wings in the sauce, and listen to this. This is after about 10 minutes out of the cooking oil. Alright, so we're just going to place them in no particular order. Listen, this sauce is so good. So just continue putting your wings in. And once we have everything in, what we're going to do is just to turn off the flame, and we're just going to toss these in the sauce. All right. These look absolutely amazing, and as usual, if you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. Alright, so just continue mixing until everything is evenly coated. Yes. And of course, this recipe is PG, so depending on the age for drinking in your country, just go according to law. Alright. I took a few pieces out prior to placing them in the sauce so the girls can have that while the adults will be enjoying this. Alright. Alright, so that looks good. And to top off, all we're going to do is add some scallions as well as some sesame seeds. Listen. KFC no have nothing pandemir, and everybody know that Jamaican KFC is good, but listen, these are phenomenal. So this is it, guys. We are finished. So I'll be serving this up with some fries, but you can actually have these with rice or whatever you like. All right, so I'm just going to plate up and serve and let you guys see exactly what my meal will be looking like. So there you have it, guys. Another quick and easy tutorial from Dianna in the kitchen. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, share this recipe with a friend. The full recipe will be down in the description box below. Alright, so until next time, this is Dianna in the kitchen. Thank you so much for watching.